you are literally, when it comes to boys, you are my best friend. And I didn't know, I guess, before I had you that you could have a best friend, someone so young, but you 100% are and have been and always will be. And I love that.
Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jackie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world. Okay, guys, we're back. We're at part 2 here of recognizing this preteen season for my Druce Jeremiah. Man, we ran out of time in the last one just because we have so many great things to talk about. But, I know that, Chrissy, you and Abby got to take off here because you're going to get lunch with Nana and Baca, right?
Yeah.
So, but you got a few minutes. So anything else that you guys want to show or say, express to Druce about, let me ask this. What are some things that he did or ways that he has acted or lived in his first 13 years of life that you think other people could model?
Well, I feel like for one thing, he always has a really, really deep servant heart. He always thinks about other people before he thinks about what he wants. And of course that is evolving and he's molding into who he is. But whenever I see him with his friends or whatever, he always puts what they want to play first. Or whenever he's with us, he always puts what we want to do first, and then he'll play what he wants to play. He always puts other people first, and I myself like to, watch him and implement it into my own life. But I think especially his friends and anyone who is around him should definitely look at his servant heart and mimic that.
That's really good. Abs?
I think it's so sweet how he's always go with the flow, super chill. It really shows me because I'm one that tends to stress or overstress about things, and just seeing him and his personality. And also it's not just personality, but it takes work just not to get hung up on every little thing. But he really shows that, and he shows what it is like to have a brother in our lives because we don't have any other brothers. So he's our favorite brother in the whole wide world. So it's so cool just watching what it is like, because me as a big sister, then I get to see how cool it is to see my younger brother grow up and see what it's like for a young boy and all the stages that he's going through, and to see what it is to have a loving, a God-fearing, loving, strong man that I know what to look for when I want to have a man in my life. So
That's good.
He also shows chivalry. He's the first to run up ahead of everybody and hold the door to be able to walk in. Yesterday we're at Top Golf, and a couple of you girls had your golf bags that we're going to take in, and Druce is always like, hey, I'll take that. I'll carry it for you. And it's just a lot of great examples, when it comes to that too. I know he always tries to take care of you with everything too that he can help with, right?
Oh, yeah. Druce is always the first one to step up, as far as because of his strength or because of his knowledge or because of his dedication to making sure that he's being the best he can be. He'll step up and be the example, even when he doesn't want to sometimes, even when it'd be easy not to be. You're just stepping into such a neat phase where it's not only do our family see it, that you're such an example to us, but others are seeing it. When I see you trying out for sports, everybody wants to be on your team. Because they know you're going to do things honorably. If you're trying out for tennis and there's a doubles, and they want to be your doubles partner, or if you're doing something, you're not the first to react in a negative way, you're a thinker, which is so neat because we see so many other young people out there reacting to everything, maybe saying something that's disrespectful or dishonoring, or not even thinking about the words that are coming out of their mouths. And you naturally slow down and think about things. I watch you study how other people react to things, and you think to yourself, I don't think that's what I'm going to do. Even in a game where you're passionate about, you never get so overheated that you're disrespecting a coach or a ref or anybody like that. And it just goes to show how you are on the court is how you also are at home, because you can't turn that on and off. Right. And I love the way that you just are the first one to always care about other people's feelings. if you hurt somebody's feelings, you feel bad about it. I mean, you definitely will go up. I know, like, if you're arguing with Chrissy or something like that, you'll go up and be like, hey, Chrissy, this hurt my heart. Can we talk about this? Or Chrissy will say, this hurt my heart. And you're like, I didn't mean to. You're not one to hold back from saying, I'm sorry. You definitely press into being a person that people know that you love them. And I think that's so powerful, because in a world today where most people don't even say they love you, you're the first one to say, hey, Mom, I love you. Hey, Dad, I love you. I love you, girls. And I just think
Every time he leaves the room, he's like, love you, bye.
Yep.
But doesn't that remind
Always.
you, Mom, of the story when he'd forget about what he's saying? So he'd try to be saying something, and then he'd forget what he was about to tell Mom. And he's like, Mom, and Mom would be like, yes. And then he's like, wait, what was I going to say? And he's like, I love you.
Yeah. And it's like your go-to, because I just think you care so deeply for others that you take the time to let them know that. And I think that's so neat, because people need to hear they're loved. And I think you do it not for your own benefit, but I think you do it for everybody else's.
Yeah, I'll say another one is I actually really appreciate how you're willing to talk to us about challenges or anything going on or something you don't understand. Sometimes kids can have people in general can have a natural tendency to just kind of bottle things up. But you really, we've encouraged you always, hey, listen, whatever's going on, even if you're mad at us about something, even if you're bothered, and you're willing to actually do it. You know what I mean? And I think that's why we always stay so close, because stuff doesn't ever, there's a philosophy in our house, and our philosophy is that we protect our connection. Mm-hmm. But you honor that, like you really do. You allow us to be able to talk to you if we have something. You talk to us about things. So I'll say one more thing so I don't forget it. It makes it really, really fun to how you are able to discern the boundaries of, like, when we talk smack about sports or something, right? There's always a line that you don't cross, whether it's playing cards with Nana and Baca and and we're all kind of getting at each other, or whether we're talking about our Michigan versus Ohio State rivalry and we're giving each other a hard time. There's a limit where you don't cross that line and start being disrespectful, whether it's you and me playing ping pong and we're, all day we're talking about, I'm going to beat you so bad tonight. And, I'm going to beat you like a drum. And where we wake up and it's like, hey, how did that go last night? After one of us beat each other, but we just know the limit, and we keep it really fun. But I love that, because that just lets us just be able to be, to goof around, right?
Well, and again, it's so much fun. You want more of it then.
Yeah.
Like, if it's unpredictable and, like, we don't know how you're going to behave in those situations, it doesn't make it as much fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's all you just logically thinking about your relationships and about people. That you care more about the people than you care about a game or, something you guys are playing ping pong or something like that. You care more about Dad and his feelings than you do about, just really nailing him with the fact that he lost or something, So I think that's great, know. And I think another thing that you're really great at, Bud, is that you do a very good job of just feeling confident in yourself. Like, you really do. Like, I think you're so proud of who you are and what you're doing and what you're accomplishing that you just walk around and you're proud of it. So even if we are somewhere and other kids, are doing things, you don't feel pressure to just fit in. You feel confident in being yourself. And I think that's so neat, because so many people are trying to fit in so many areas.
Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that you're that way? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what's that like when you're out with people and you see them not really acting right? How do you handle that? How do you manage that?
Well, it just feels like you gotta just like set a boundary, because you don't want to become like them, the people you hang out with. Like the Bible says, you just don't hang out with people who you don't want to become like. So you really act well, and then people who hold standards like you will come to you, and then that's who you're hanging out with.
And you're okay with the ones that don't, because your standards are too high.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Let them not hang with you. We'll attract the right ones. Right. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts before I got one more thing to do? But
go ahead. You're up.
Well, so as this has been the greatest joy watching you, and I want to give you a certificate that you can put up. One more award with your many awards
This is a certificate of achievement in honor of your outstanding excellence. We hereby present to Druce Jeremiah Francis with this certificate of achievement successful completion of your preteen years on this 20th day of December 2024, signed by me and your mom. So this is going to go on your wall. You should be super proud of this. That's a 13-year journey right there coming together, and you absolutely nailed it, buddy. So well done, and happy birthday. Super proud of you. You girls want to say anything else before you take off?
We're proud of you too.
And we're super excited for your next years to come in the teens.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to let you girls jump out of here. And then me and Mom are going to finish with a couple more thoughts on this. And then probably I'm going to do one more episode. Me and Mom will do one more episode with you, Druce. And we're going to talk about a little bit of prep for your teenage years. Okay? Let's talk through a few key principles I think you need to know as you enter into that season. Do you girls, before you go, have any advice for how Druce can really crush his teenage years?
Well, one thing I want to say is just continue to be yourself. There's a lot of confusing things that people get sucked into when they're teenage years, especially people who don't have as strong a family core as we do. But I would just say continue being yourself, continue being confident, continue showing others how to act, not getting sucked in how they want you to act. So just keep doing you.
I think also remember that you can share anything with mom and dad. That was one of the advice when I was turning a teenager, to remember, don't hide anything. Even though you're getting older, that doesn't mean you don't share what is going on, because sometimes it's even bigger things the older you get. You need more advice from the people who are older and have experienced from it and who want you to succeed in life. So just remember to bring out the things that are happening, big or small, it doesn't matter. We're always here for you.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, and because as you know, as you get a little bit older too, you have to go through a lot of changes. Changes with people. Your body's literally changing. You're developing. You're growing. Your mind is developing. Your physical body's developing, and that also can create a little extra emotion behind things. And so it's great advice, girls. Super proud of you, as you guys are navigating through the middle of the teenage season right now, or I guess a little before the middle, but yeah. So we'll talk more about this in the next one. Why don't you girls take off?
All right. Thank you.
All right, Mama, let's finish this thing up with Druce. Well, let me ask this. Druce, what are some of the things that we just talked about that really mean the most to you?
Well, probably that I am very proactive and help all the time, and also that I don't get sucked into the what the world is trying to do. I do my best to stay out of that and be in good standards, not get pulled into what other people are doing.
That's good. It's good. Mom, final thoughts?
I just think that you're rocking it. I'm so excited for the beginning of your teenage years. It's just the beginning of new adventures, new way of thinking, new endeavors, just a new development of who you are. I'm so excited to see all the gifts that God have put in you come out so that we all can enjoy them with you. And I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful that I get to be your mom, that you're my favorite boy, and that we just always have a connection. I'm just so thankful for you. And, God knew that we needed you, and he also knew that we needed you in the line where you are in our family. And you bring us such joy. You bring us such joy every single day.
Thank you.
And I'll just say this, I've told Mom this, but all the different things that we do, we lead Man Maker Group and led business teams and coaching clients, and I have friends that I play basketball with, and I have some really great people in our lives. Very thankful for them. But you are literally, when it comes to boys, you are my best friend. And I didn't know, I guess, before I had you, that you could have a best friend, someone so young, but you 100% are and have been and always will be. And I love that. Mom's my best friend, right?
We got to share it.
Yeah. But when it comes to boys, you're my best friend. And so
Love you. Very proud of you. And love that twinkle in your eye that you have. And I know you're never going to lose that. And we're excited about. Let's take the next episode and talk through a little bit of some standards and some advice for your teenage years. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.